Hello.
How are we?
Oh, bit knackered, but okay.
Yeah, good night.
Yeah, good. Longer than anticipated. Hey, yeah, got work today.
Yeah, what time are you on?
Oh, not till 5.
Okay.
Hoping it won't be quite as late.
No, so what are you up to today?
Very little. Very little. Bits and bobs. And then work.
Alright.
Should be pretty good. I was going to ask you something.
Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah, you remember we were talking about the other day?
Yeah.
Do you remember when I first told you?
It's funny because I've been thinking about it obviously since we talked, and I don't know if it's a self-preservation thing of not remembering things like that particularly clearly.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, I don't know if you'd hinted at something or I'd picked up on something, I don't know, and I can't even think how we got, I don't know if you just
I
even blurt,
can't.
did you blurt it out?
In my head, there was a reason I said it, but like when I think back to it, I can't think why on earth it came up. Like I remember being sat in the lounge, and I remember saying it if that was when it was.
Yeah, no, I think we were in the lounge.
But that probably wasn't super long after it had happened. So that one's recorded.
That button?
Yeah, press that.
Right.
And that's recording. That's me. I'm 16 in that picture. I'm 22 now. That's my mum. She's about 20 in that picture. She's 54 now. That's my grandma. I called her GP. She's about 23 in that picture. If she was around now, she'd be 74. We called ourselves the 3Gs. I didn't want you to worry.
No, and I know, and that's families all over. It's, you know, you have these what you hope are open and supportive relationships, but actually you worry about people and you don't want them to worry and you don't want to upset them.
I've been thinking a lot about the three of us, the 3Gs.
The 3Gs.
The 3Gs. Not said that in a long time.
No, we haven't. Yeah.
I've not said this year as well. This past year, I think I've thought about the three of us as a 3 a lot.
Yeah. And I think when I think about the three of us, I think about the horrendous weekend when GP, there's no nice way of saying it, when GP died. But then when he came out and said, I think Mum's just died, in my head I screamed out loud.
Maybe you did.
I literally was like, I don't even know what I screamed, but
Just
I
like a
definitely
noise.
screamed because it was like, what? What do I
Yeah.
do? What? I can't, how?
See, maybe you did. I feel like maybe I did hear something, and that, to like without knowing what was
Yeah,
happening, I was just
yeah.
kind of like.
And it is heartbreaking that generations of women suffer things that they shouldn't because we don't know that we can say no, that we don't know what's right and wrong until it's too late, and that they think what they're doing is okay and acceptable.
Well, they know it's not, but they can still
Worse,
do it.
worse still,
They can
they
still
know
do
it's
it.
not, but it's what has happened.
It's something we have. Like we have such a good, open, like relationship. I've never felt like he couldn't come to you about stuff.
Yeah, but
that
I think
still
you
happens.
said that whole thing of, oh, I don't want you to be worried or upset. And it's that, oh, we're all caught.
Because it's still taboo. It's still taboo to talk about things like this.
Massively. How are we not all screaming and shouting about this and going, hang on a minute, everybody. Yeah.
Screaming and shouting.
Screaming and shouting.
It's an idea.
Isn't it? Yeah, should we do that?
Here's camera.
Should we?
Should we go to camera and go scream and shout?
I think we should.
I sit down, grab a book from behind me. Should have returned that months ago. Handy though. Put it underneath the camera and make an impromptu stand on my bed. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. I adjust the focus because it makes me feel like I know what I'm doing, somewhat. Looks alright. I get out the pictures. I wonder if looking at them will always be strange. I look at the camera, take a moment. It's odd to know that all three of us, all three of the women in these pictures were raped at the ages that they are in them. The images don't change, but their meanings always can. Hi.
Hello.
Cumbria. 2 days. You ready? I'm not sure I am.
I'm ready.
I haven't been there since we scattered GP's ashes, but I guess that's the same for you.
Yeah, same for me. Bizarrely, this morning on my phone, you know when you get the reminders of look back at what you were doing last year, and I got look back at, so I guess it was July 2016, and that was us scattering the ashes. That was the memory that
so
came
the weekend
up.
We're going now, that many years on.
Roughly, it's not quite the same.
That's
we're a week
weird.
out.
That's weird.
Yeah. Although if you remember, it poured with rain that whole weekend.
Oh yeah, obviously I remember that.
This weekend looks like a heat wave.
No jinxing.
Okay.
I found that email, by the way.
Which one?
The one that she wrote ages ago that we only found after she died.
Right. Oh, okay. The one that
Yeah.
Yeah.
GP had written an email. Simple and casual as that. Matter of fact, almost. So, we wrote what happened to us similarly and we read it. Need it be evidenced? Need it be theatrical and perfectly read? That is what happened. This is how we would explain it. And now we know how it feels to read it. It's not about control. It's about agency. It's not something performed, rather something expressed.
I've struggled with this for obviously years now. But on that gig I was raped. After the first set, my partner asked one of his friends to take me back to the hotel as I was out of it after the flight, drink, drugs, you get the picture. He took me back to his room and did the business, although I was totally aware of what was going on, but too out of it to get him off. I've never told a soul and cannot remember who it was, although I did meet him years later. He yelled out my name in Oxford Street and we went back to a local Chinese to catch up. Mad, yes. But I was okay and got away this time. I was 19. I was a first year at university and living with 3 other students. We'd lived together for most of the year, and it was the end of term, so there was a party planned. I really hadn't got any better at judging my alcohol intake during that first year, and it wasn't long before I was way too drunk. The fact that I was in the place that I had been calling home, and knew that my own room and my own bed were just a few short steps away, well, I will have felt safe. It's a while ago now, so my memory of what happened is not 100% reliable, but what I do know is I woke up in the wrong bed and nothing felt quite right. I had staggered off to my bed at some point in the evening. I remembered holding hands with the younger of my male housemates, maybe even resting my head on his shoulder. I was very, very drunk. My boyfriend at the time, who was still down in London, had very helpfully told me that he thought I would be some crazed nymphomaniac when I got to university. I can only assume now that this was because I enjoyed sex. He also told me that he believed that when you were drunk, your true desires exposed themselves. I guess that's part of the reason that when I found myself at the doctor's in need of the morning after pill, it was no surprise that I was dealt with as a silly young woman who had drunk too much and got what she deserved. Although, in what circumstances does anyone deserve to be escorted from their own bed, which they had passed out in some hours earlier, and taken into someone else's bed? In what circumstances does a grown man get to do as he likes with you because you're barely conscious and don't have the ability to fully understand just what is going on, never mind to think about how you feel about what's going on, to maybe say stop, or no, or get the fuck away from me?
I was 16. I had travelled to visit a friend and the people he lived with. They were all 18 or thereabouts. All guys, apart from my friend's girlfriend. I remember I came straight from college, had to do my hair and makeup there. Short skirt, straightened hair, badly applied makeup. You know, I can't really remember what he looked like. Actually, I really can't. We had a bit of a party and then everything started winding down. I was supposed to be staying in one of my friend's bedrooms by myself, but I ended up hanging out with him, and when I wanted to go to sleep, he told me that the other guy's room was locked. I believed him. He gave me a t-shirt and said I could stay with him. I said I'd be okay on the floor, but he offered the bed. It started out fine, and he seemed really genuinely nice. I thought it was really nice of him to have checked the other guy's room and let me stay. It's kind of irrelevant, but there's so little doubt in my mind these days that the other room was actually locked. We hugged a bit, touched a bit, kissed a bit. I don't really know when it progressed. I actually said no and I said stop, but I thought I wasn't doing that right maybe. The saying no, that is. He said I was such a tease and was I sure that I hadn't done this before? The overwhelming feelings I remember were wanting someone to come and rescue me. I really, really remember that. I don't think I'll ever really know what happened that night, and these days I think I'm okay with that. I couldn't fucking wait for him to leave the next morning. I didn't sleep, I don't think. I was 16 and I hadn't really had stuff like that happen. I just wanted him to stop, and when he didn't stop, I just wanted someone to come and rescue me, but I didn't know how. I couldn't understand why no and stop were not enough. It hits me in a different way these days. I'm so sad for her. The her that was me. Right, we've gone to Cumbria. We've been on a little recce. We know what we're gonna do tomorrow, but I'm worried. I'm worried that this isn't gonna make sense to other people.
Okay. I think you're overthinking it. You know, it's been an incredibly stressful day, and there's more to do tomorrow, and we've got very limited time. But we have achieved stuff today. We've done a fair bit of filming. It hasn't poured with rain. We have had to deal with a heat wave. Yeah.
I just want to it sounds so stupid. I just want to be angry.
Yeah.
I feel like, maybe it sounds silly, but that's a form of justice that I've never given myself with this.
Yeah. And I think the whole kind of journey, kind of not just the actual journey, but the last few months of finding out about GP, us talking back over what happened to you, me thinking again about what happened to me. This is the kind of end game for us, certainly for you. I felt like I kind of put my situation to bed a long time ago, because it was a long time ago. But this feels very important to you. And the film is important, but the most important thing is you. And coming out of the other side feeling, right, that's done.
I feel good about tomorrow. I feel like tomorrow is what I want. Tomorrow's the idea of tomorrow has been in my head since that time I called you months ago.
Yes.
And I was like, we should go and make some noise.
Yes.
And be angry.
Okay. We can do that.
We're going to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, going up?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe hold it a bit lower. I feel like okay, perfect. Now that we're actually here,
I know. We came here to do this, and now it's so peaceful and quiet. I don't think I can.
I don't want to disturb anyone.
I know. Just a loud scream.
we're ever going to make a noise, it is now. Ooh. I think I needed that.
I think you did.
I felt really